Hey everyone, and welcome to my video on 10 tracks I'd love to see in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. As you know, Nintendo have announced that they will be releasing new tracks. We've had the first wave already, which has been really fun. I've played the 2 cups, multiplayer, and I've also played them to get 3 stars on the cups for 150cc, 200 and mirrored. It's been really fun, and we know that there's more to come, but we don't know what those courses or tracks, whatever you want to call them, are. So I thought I would make a video and just give 10 tracks that I would like to see, and hopefully they'll come, but there's obviously no guarantee of that. But let's get into the list. I haven't done this in any particular order at all. I've just picked out 10 from the games I've played. I've pretty much played all the Mario Karts, not really so much the 2D ones, but certainly the 3D ones. And here's the list I've made anyway. So we'll start with number 1. Number 1 is Dino Jungle. This was one of my favourite tracks from Double Dash. Double Dash wasn't really my favourite game in itself. You know, there's been a lot of good Mario Kart games, and I wouldn't say that Double Dash was one that was up there, but this course in particular was a lot of fun. I just like the fact that there were dinosaurs in it for a start. I mean, that's pretty wild. And then you have that cool shortcut when you get to the cave section where you can just like, I think they actually brought it back for 7 and you could fly right over, but I think before that, if I remember right, it was like a mud patch and you'd have to use mushrooms to fly over the ramp to get right over. Otherwise you went round and you had like these, I don't even know what they're called, like geyser type things which spouted up and shot up, so you'd have to avoid them. But overall I just thought the course was really fun, and they did bring it back for 7. Which I really liked, and I'd like to see it come back for 8 Deluxe as well. Second on the list is Calamari Desert from Mario Kart 64. Again, this was another one which was actually brought back for Mario Kart 7, although not as many changes were really made here from memory anyway. It's one of the more basic tracks when you look at it. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's like a little circuit, and the only change to it is that there's a train running through it, and that's sort of the standout point. But there's something about it which I just really like. I like the aesthetic of being in the desert and having the train, and I used to love it as a kid where you'd go on the track and see if you could get into the cave, and you know, I don't think you could, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure it just blocked you off, or you try and chase the train, or you know, when you're on the track you try and beat the train before it gets there, and if you didn't, obviously you'd hit the train and it'd shoot you up in the air. And I've always loved this track. I mean, it's a really fun one, so I'd like to see that come back in 8 Deluxe. Next up is Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road. Now this one has actually been rumoured to be in there already, and I really hope that's true, because I think this is actually the best iteration of Rainbow Road that we've had. They changed it up, you know, it was in space. I mean, it's always in space really, but there's actual planets there and you were flying around. I thought this was the most creative one that they did. I was always a big fan of the N64 Rainbow Road, and I didn't think anything was going to top it for a while. I never really cared much for the GameCube or the DS or the Wii iterations of it, but then Mario Kart 7 came around and I was like, wow, this is really good. So yeah, this is definitely my favourite. I mean, you were on the moon at one point. I forgot that, but I'm thinking about it now as I'm looking at the list, and you were on the moon, for fuck's sake. I mean, how cool is that? So I'd definitely love to see this one come back. That was a solid course. Number 4 is one which probably not a lot of people would have on their list, but I distinctly remember this one being fun, and that's Mushroom City from Double Dash again. I don't know what it was about this one. I guess it's like the sort of city vibe during the night, and then you'd sort of head onto the highway afterwards, and you had like caterpillar trains or whatever it was coming through. There was something about this one that I really enjoyed. Again, you know, Double Dash wasn't my favourite of the Mario Karts, but this is another one of those tracks which really stands out to me. And I don't think it's actually come back as like a retro course for any of the others yet. I don't think it has anyway. It's not come into mind. So this would be good to see, because as I said, this is one of the top courses from Double Dash in my opinion. Number 5 is Airship Fortress. This is from Mario Kart DS. I used to play the shit out of that game, and this was one of the best tracks on there in my opinion. I think it was cool to sort of be on an airship, because you were on airships in like the 2D games like Mario 3. I think in the new Super Mario Bros. Games, at least on a couple of them, you were on airships, and you actually get to race on them now. And yeah, this was cool. I mean, you had the Monty Moles you had to avoid at the beginning, and then you'd go like inside and shoot across the cannon, and you were like sort of drifting down that spiraled building, and you come out and you've got these fucking bullet bills shooting at you. I think the whole course was just pretty cool, to be honest. So it definitely gets up there for me. I'd love to play that on 8. I think it was a retro course. It was either on, could have been 7. I think it was Wii though. I'm pretty sure it had come back once, but I'd definitely love to see it again. Number 6, Waluigi Pinball. I think this is actually a fan favourite for a lot of people. It's just such a good course. It's so much fun. You're on a pinball table. You literally got these fucking balls chasing you down, or you're trying to avoid hitting it. Otherwise, you're gonna obviously slow down because you've hit the fucking pinball. And you could get bounced off things as well, and you had the sort of cannon thing at the beginning which shot you up. I think overall the whole course was fun. Again, I think this one has been brought back already. I think it was brought back for 7 as well. 7 had a lot of good retro tracks, to be honest. But I'd love to see it come back for 8. It's a very good course. Speaking of Mario Kart 7, we've got another one here, Wario Shipyard, or Wario Galleon, I think it was called in Europe. I don't know why they had different names for US and Europe. For Mario Kart 7, there's a few like Music Park and Melody Motorway, and I think Mucka Woohoo was called like Woohoo Mountain Loop over here. I have no fucking idea why. Either way, I would like to see this one come back because Wario Shipyard was fucking fun. I'm not like a huge fan of underwater levels mainly, and there wasn't, I mean there are portions of where you are underwater, but the fact that you're on the ship, and Mario Kart 7 obviously had the flying gimmick which was used really well I thought in most of the tracks, and this was definitely one of them. You had to avoid the masts while flying if I remember right. I remember always having a good time on this one, so I'd definitely like to see this one come back. Number 8 is DK Jungle Parkway from Mario Kart 64. This again came back as a retro course for Mario Kart Wii. But this one's another great course. I mean, I can't really use too many other adjectives because they're all just great or fantastic, excellent, whatever you want to call them. That's why I've picked them, because these are my favourite ones really. Again, I mean, I used to play Mario Kart 64 a lot as a kid, and you know, this was one of the top ones. I mean, there've been so many good ones on Mario Kart 64. I think we were very lucky at the time to get probably most of the best tracks. And DK Jungle Parkway was no different to that. It was another fantastic course. You go around, you shoot off, and you try and get as far over without hitting the boat. Or I think if you did hit the boat, you just went through it anyway. But then you had to get to the other side, and if you went on the grass at any point, you'd have like monkeys throwing coconuts at you. I think that's what they were. And you go across the bridge, and when you get inside that cave, you try and go up it, rather than going around. And you know, depending on the angle you did it at, that was possible. And I think it got really fucking broken when it came to Mario Kart Wii. Everyone using fucking Funky Kong and what was it, a Flame Rider, I think it was. And yeah, so there was a few shortcuts in that one if I remember right. But yeah, fun course. So I'd love to see that come back. Sticking with DK theme, number 9 is DK Mountain. Again from Double Dash, one of my favourites. You had the smiley volcanoes you shot across, and then you'd have that quite shitty bridge at the end where you were just guaranteed to get knocked off. This one may have come back. Might have come back on Mario Kart Wii. Not 100% on that one. I feel like it's come back though, because I feel like I've played it after Double Dash. Because I didn't play, I mean I did play a lot of Double Dash, but not like a massive amount. And I'm thinking it was definitely online at some point in the first online game. Oh no, it was DS actually, the first online game I think. But then you had Wii, so I think it might have been on Wii as well. But yeah, again, another fun one. You get to the top of the volcano and then you're like racing down to the bottom when you have those sharp turns at the end. And you may have had a boulder come down as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then yeah, you had that bridge. And yeah, another one. It was just really fun to play. And the last one on my list, number 10, is Bowser's Castle, and this would be the Mario Kart 64 variant. Still probably my favourite variant of Bowser's Castle. You know, you'd go through the rooms, you had the thwomps. I think there was like a thwomp behind a cage or something, and you know, there were some tight turns, of course. And you know, you went outside and then you started climbing up the spiral tower. And then you're avoiding like the tops of the castles as you were coming round. But the sort of lava aesthetic, the fact that you were in Bowser's Castle, I mean, it was the first Bowser Castle track that I had played, because Mario Kart 64 was my first Mario Kart game. That's the one I grew up with. And it was just really fun. Again, this is right up there as one of the best Mario Kart 64 tracks. So I'd definitely love to see that come back. And with that actually concludes the video of the 10 tracks that I would like to see come back for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. So we will see. I think some of these will be coming back. I don't know obviously which ones. I'd love to see them all come back, but it's probably unlikely. But who knows? There'll be Mario Kart Tour stuff coming, and I haven't played Mario Kart Tour, so really any of those I'd be happy to play for the first time. And Mario Kart's got so many good tracks as well that I don't think there'd be many I'd be disappointed to see come back either. But yeah, that concludes my list of the 10 I would love to see anyway. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.